Cheers, Surfer, you legend. Yes, he shared the replay. No one else didn't. So yeah, welcome back to the Infinity GT Manufacturers Series Season 6. Round, don't know, round Monza, we'll call that. I'm lost with all the rounds. But yeah, this time, Group 3 cars. There's certain rules, racing medium, racing soft, minimum 3 laps. Out hot in, fuel depletion free, tyre wear free. Just make sure you do the tyre compounds, the racing medium minimum 3 and the racing soft. Failure to do so will mean you get a ban. Sorry, no, disqualification, not ban, disqualification. And yeah, penalties get rid within 2 laps. Fail to do so, you'll incur a grid penalty. But yeah, this time around the Toyotas were missing this evening. Give the Lambos a bit of a break, as it were. But yeah, we head to Monza. A lot of people like Monza. Isn't one of my favourites, but yeah, it's about these gentlemen. Ballium, pole position because he done the qualification sprint race around Dragon Trail Seaside and stuck it on pole. Martin in second position. Rick in third, so Honda NSX, Hyundai Ferrari, Surfer Evan, the Aston Martin, Chalky in the Hyundai, and Malay in the Ferrari. Then we got Rob in the NSX, we got Dave in the Lamborghini, James Harb in the Lamborghini, Aldo in the BMW M3, Marshall in the Nissan GTR, C Trickle in the Nissan GTR, and Tricky Tree in the other M3. 40-minute race, endurance, whatever you want to call it. Take it nice and easy down to the first chicane, probably bumper car effect. We'll go from this point of view. Actually, we'll do it mid-pack, I think. Yeah, we'll do it mid-pack. Let's go in car with MLA and let's see how they get on. Cause I'm pretty sure it will. The Ferrari, I thought so. How that Ferrari gets off the line is absolutely unbelievable. Heading down towards the first chicane. Rick has took the lead. Another Ferrari got the jump, but Valium looking down the inside. Oh, bit of late braking there, a little bit of contact. Who's cut the chicane there? Dave's like, sod the corners, I'm going to straight line it, and that's cost him massively. He's down in 13th position, so not even a few corners in and already. A little bit of contact to the first chicane. And Dave, I don't know if he misjudged the braking or just tried to avoid the incidents there, but he's fallen right down. His teammate James Harben currently sitting in 8th now. A bit of contact there with Aldo. As they enter the second chicane. Let's go back and have a look at that from Aldo's point of view. In car with Aldo now. A few cars around him. What goes on here? Oh, a little bit of contact to his side by his teammate actually. So that's affected Aldo. A little bit of contact there with James Harbour, but yeah, looked like a little bit of contact from Tricky Tree on the entrance. Go back one more time. I just double check that. In car with Tricky Tree now. Did he get it a little bit on the grass maybe? Yeah, a little bit of contact. Physics of the game doesn't help. GT Sport physics aren't the best, to be honest with you. And in the background there we got Marshall. Almost had a massive moment as you go down the back straight now. Yeah, a lot of straights around this track. A few corners, majority straights. But yeah, League 2 so far, it's been really, really good. As I say, me and Nathan were missing this round, so you won't be seeing the turtles on the grid, but we'll be back next week. But P1 Valium currently in the lead of the race in the lap number 1. What are you looking at? Around about 155 a lap, maybe? Martin there, by what he was saying, he does enjoy Monza and he is hard to beat around Monza. But early on in the race, he's in a comfortable second. P1 Valium there in first, MLA in third, the first of the Ferrari, Chalky and other Hyundai in fourth, with Tricky Tree in fifth, C Trickle in sixth, Surfer Evans seventh in the Aston Martin, Marshall in the GTR, Rob battling away with Marshall there, Aldo, a little bit of contact to the second chicane is he's dropped down to 9th, Surfer to 10th. Am I getting mixed up here? No, that's Surfer to 10th. James Harben in 11th. Server's had a bit of a moment there, so he's slowed up, getting back up to speed now. James Harben 11th, Dave up to 12th now. Rick seems to have lost out big time. I seem to have missed that. Apologies, Rick, but here we go. P1 Valium leading. Look at this group behind. Chalky's point of view. Looking back. MLA. We've got Tricky Tree. We've got C Trickle. We've got Marshall. We've got Rob. They're all battling around the Monza track so far. Great action so far around this track. Long way to go. You're looking at around about another 36 minutes. Yeah, I thought I'd get this in there. Now, Marshall did lose it this time. Go on board with Marshall. The Lesmos. Oh, a little bit drifty from the rear end. The racing medium is still cold. Go around this Lesmo now. Gets it all wrong. Back end kicks out. Front end's like, yeah, let's get in the gravel. And unfortunately there now, Marshall is all the way down to 10th. He's dropping further back. Will Dave be getting Marshall now? Dave in the Lambo GR3 does pass Marshall. Hopefully Marshall will be okay. Rick in 12th. Surfer Ev having major problems as well. I'm missing a few incidents here. When I'm looking at one, I'm missing a few more. But anyway, we've got a long way to go. They just need to calm down, relax a bit, breathe in and out, eat cake, eat chocolate. But the lead for first place has changed. What happened here? So Valium got it all wrong on the entrance. Going on board now with P1 Valium. What happened to Valium? Brake very, very late, to be honest with you. He ran a bit deep on the entrance, and that gifted Martin by the looks of it. Yeah, missed that apex completely. Martin there hits it, and it's only a matter of time for Martin gets that first place off of P1 Valium. How would he do it? He's looking for this move. He's looking for this move. They're side by side now. Who will come out on top? Martin, top end of that Hyundai seems to be a little bit better, but then P1 Valium back into that slither. It's like, yes, you can suck me along all you like. La-di-da, la-di-da. Sparkle Sheffield, check them out. We are driven. Facebook, it's okay not to be okay. Facebook and Google, I think, and so on and so on and so on. But yeah, these two now banning out. Can P1 Valium get first position back as they get to the first chicane? No, he's backing off it, saving fuel. Further down we go, MLA in third, battling the other Hyundai, DMK Chalky. But no, he thinks better of it. Behind we've got C Trickle ghosted. That's going to cause a little bit of incident there. What happened there? Let's go back again. Let's go back. In car Aldo now. What happened there? Ghosting doesn't help. Yeah, the ghosting caught him out a little bit there, Aldo. Yeah, the ghosting caught him out. It's a bit of an iffy one, that. Let's go through and see Trickle's point of view. He was ghosted, trying to get rid of the penalty. Aldo's there. A little bit of contact from the rear from Rob didn't help matters either. So yeah, bit unfortunate there, but a long way to go, as I say. Let's see who will come out on top at the end of this race. Remember, pit stops will be happening. And already DMK Martin JL has already got a bit of a lead over P1 Valium. It's only just under a second. MLA's a further 3.4 back. Sorry, 4.6 back from Martin there. So the Ferrari as well, I have noticed it does like to wear its tyres out quite quickly. But looking at that at the minute on lap number 3, look how much fuel he's using. It's key to see what tyres they are starting on. Racing medium means they'll be going for a longer stint. We've got Chalky, we've got Tricky, we've got Aldo. So yeah, a few are starting on a racing medium, a few the racing soft. Looking for that quicker first stint on the faster tyre. A nice move there from Rick down the inside there of Rob. So Rick's on it now. He's trying to make his way up through the grid. And Willie, that's the thing. You know, we've got 35 minutes to go. Maximum points on for this race. 26 points if you get the victory and the fastest lap. But Surfer Ev now in the slipstream of Marshall. Will he brake later? Or no, he thinks better of it. And then we've got the two Lamborghinis battling that out on track now. We've got Dave, we've got James Harben, currently leading the manufacturers, and 1 and 2 in the driver's standings as well. So yeah, they're having a good season so far. With the Toyotas missing, it basically has widened the gap, but you know, family first and whatnot. Wish I didn't miss this race, to be honest with you. Bloody lost against Nottingham Forest, didn't we? But anyway, 2 laps to get rid of the penalty. He's obviously just got it, so from this time now to lap number 6, he's got to get rid of that penalty. So that's just an example there. Chalky there in 4th, having a really good outing in the Hyundai so far, in the slipstream of MLA. The Portuguese, yes, the Ronaldo, yes, hello Ronaldo, and a bonjour. That's French town, you donut. But yes, the home of pizza, Italy. You know, I don't really like pizza. Find it quite, it's not one of my favourites. But DMK Martin there. We'll do an onboard lap with DMK Martin, shall we? Let's do an onboard lapo with Martin. Ginsters, what's your favourite? Mine's pepper steak. I like the pepper steak Ginsters now. So Martin, over the start timing line now. He's going to go down to the first chicane. I know me, the Variante Refatili, what? The Variante Retifilo. Yes, this is what so I got an image of the track map, and this is what they call it. The Variante, we'll call it first chicane in English. Yes, Curva Grande, famous for overtakes. The right-hander now, currently sitting in car with the Hyundai. The Curva Grande, this lovely bit. Look to your left, see trees. Look to your right, see more trees. Della Roggia, this second chicane. Clip that if you can. Not too wide over there, because you will pick up a penny. Almost lost it on the exit. And now we're coming up to the famous Lesmo 1. Lesmo 1. Drop it down, hug that apex there. Out wide to your left. Then we're going to Lesmo 2. Clip this, don't run it too wide on the exit, you will go into the gravel. Another word I cannot pronounce in Italian. Yes, I can say pizza, that's about it. Ascari now, this section coming up now. You want to drop it down, clip that apex, full throttle now, full throttle all the way around. Keep it to your right, clip to the left, not too much, you pick up a penalty. And now we're flat out. Down this back straight, he's picked up a penalty. I thought so. Just went a bit too inside that curve. And the famous Parabolica again. F1, so on and so on. Loads of overtakes down here. There's been some major crashes on your left. But yeah, the Parabolica. And yeah, we're heading to the start finish line now to complete lap number 5. Would you believe? Wow. 10 minutes in. 30 minutes to go. Martin is your leader of the race so far. Like it. People about him in second now. But look at that gap now. Look at this view. Look at this view. Look at that camera angle. That was quite nice. That. Why didn't it pan and stay like that? You know, Tricky Tree now in the M3 with his teammate behind as well. So helping each other out. Oh, almost lost it on the exit of the first chicane. But Aldo's there in the slipstream. He's like, yes, sir. Come on, teammate, let me through. I will suck you along instead. So, yeah, Tricky Tree. Aldo. They're helping each other. They are closing up to Georgia and MLA. So it is working. Surfer Ev battling out with James Harbin. James Harbin in a Lamborghini. Battling out with the Aston Martin. By what I've heard, James was saying the Lamborghini doesn't like the curbs. So let's see how he gets on. He's trying to avoid them now, as you can see. What about this one? Does he clip it? Yeah, he's trying to avoid the curbs as much as possible. He's lost a few attempts already to Surfer Ev. James's teammate Dave is behind. He's actually using curbs. So he must be a bit more confident in that other Lamborghini there. Currently sitting in ninth position. But Rick is slowly catching up to the rear of Dave. And they've gapped Rob now. So Rob, there's a bit of a gap. And yeah, it's turning out to be a gappy race at the minute. Yeah, there is gaps appearing, but with the two teammates there helping each other out, one could defend from Surford and the other one could try and attack MLA up in front. Will Aldo do it? Aldo there in 5th position in the BMW, but the top end of the Aston Martin is quite phenomenal. I mean, the fastest lap of the race is by Surfer a 1:47.841. I think I'll have a look in a minute because it is a purple time there, and he's down the inside of the first M3 when he pulled his move off. Nice room there, nice respect from both of them, and again the M3 doesn't like the exit, that chicane, and will Surfer just go down the inside of Tricky Tree, pick the M3s off one after the other. Yeah, he's got the first one now. It's all about can he attack the other M3. Can he attack the other M3? See you later. And yeah, he's there, Surfer. I think it's all about the straights. If I remember, the M3 is quite a good car in corners, but I say that. What tyres is Surfer are racing soft? So racing soft there for Surfer. So he's got more of a grip there. A little bit of contact from his rear quarter panel. Oh yeah, Surfer slowed up. Fair play to him. Sportsmanship there. He knew he'd done wrong. A little bit of contact to his rear quarter panel, and that put Aldo into the gravel. Surfer just left the accelerator, let him on by. James Harburn now James Harburn is in the rear bumper of the M3. I know the Lambo is one of the quickest top end. When it reaches top end, it is really quick. I'm quite intrigued to see how quick it will catch up to the BMW. Now he's just saving fuel as well. Half a tank, 12 minutes in. Is that a bit too much fuel usage there? Further back we go. Surfer almost lost it. Rick there in 9th position. Rob in 10th. Marshall in 11th. Dave on the racing soft now, so he seems to have gone into the pits. Got rid of his tyres. Gone on to a fresh set now. Quite a few cars now pitting in quite early. Just going on to lap number 7. We've got Rick and we've got Rob in the pits. So let's see how these gets on. Racing medium coming out on the racing soft. The lead runner Martin on the racing soft as well. The fast lap is Surfer Ev at 1:47.841. So the quickest car on track so far. Valium there, penny above his car. Remember that 2-lap rule. Chalky third. I think this is one of his best races so far, sitting in 3rd position, and that was minimal that to get a penalty there, but he's burning off already, trying to get rid of it as quick as he can, because the more he slows up, the faster MLA will be catching him up. And behind we've got Chicky Tree in the gravel. I'm gonna have dirt on the tyres here, enters this right-hander. Oh, kept it together, but will outgift Aldo and Surfer Ev. Surfer Ev there putting to the right. They're almost 3 wide. Oh, Surfer Ev's on the grass. Let's go back and have a look at that quickly. So Surfer Ev in car with Surfer Ev. See Stricky go a little bit wide. Better exit there from Surfer, and they're 3 wide. Heading down here, and Surfer's actually on the grass. Yeah, it's a 4-wheel. It's an off-road Aston Martin. I have you, and he thought about diving down the inside there of Aldo. And he's still sitting there, so Aldo, he's just a sitting duck at the minute over this Aston Martin. Half a second penalty for Surfer Ev. So the Monza this evening isn't being very nice to the drivers. So Surfer Ev in the slipstream. There is no rule like you can't overtake with a penalty. You can overtake with a penalty. Just get rid when you can. Surfer Ev there. Better top end from the Aston Martin, and the racing soft as well. He's side by side with Aldo. And I'm sure by the time they reach the first chicane, Surfer Ev will be up to that. Sick, it is already. They're still side by side. Half a car in front. Surfer is there. And he gets that moved on. But Aldo's still sitting there. Still not giving up so easy. But yeah, Surfer Ev got that position. And now Tricky Tree in 8th position is sitting behind his teammate. And again, can they work together? Dave Marshall on the racing soft now. Dave 1:47.907, so that isn't too far off the fastest lap time in the race so far. Rick in 11th, Rob in 12th, and C Trickle in the other Nissan GTR, just under a second penny above his car. What can he do? Quite a bit of a gap to first place, and that is Martin still. Maybe he's a man of his word. He said to me no one could beat him at Monza. Never say never, mate. Never say never. But anyway, fair play to him. He's leading I thought it would be a massive gap. It's only 4.6 and that is doable. Dave there, purple sector number 2, 35.786. So this gentleman here is the fastest man on track right about now. He's like, right boy, 1.4 second penalty. He knows anyway when to get rid of it. Rick there. So even if he went for the fastest lap, it wouldn't count anyway because he's got that penalty. But he's burning it off bit by bit, 10th by 10th. All the while Rick is behind Dave. So if Dave is heavy on the brakes to get rid of that penalty, Rick will just close up. So Dave's 1.2 still. Let's go up. Marshall in 9th. 0.3 above his car. Tricky Tree in that 8th. Still behind his teammate. Aldo in 7th. James Harben in 6th. Keeping these two in sight. So any error from these two, even with the penalty, as I said just now, even when you're heavy braking, trying to get rid of it, you're still going to slow up, and that might enable James Harben there, current championship leader, to gain a position or two. But no, Surfer Ev is going for it. Purple sector there, purple first sector there for Surfer. But no, MLA still sitting there. MLA in the the Ferrari. He's like, no, you're not having it. But then Surfer Ev looks to the inside because he knows James Harben is closing. James Harben is sitting there waiting for that opportunity. But all the while, we've got Aldo and Tricky Tree not too far away either. So anything can happen. We could form a 5-car battle for this 4th place. 3rd isn't too far away, remember. 3rd is just there. So now MLA and Surfer Ev. Surfer Ev gets 4th. But now MLA will do the same treatment to Surfer Ev. To sit in that slipstream. You know. Manage the tyres. Save the fuel. James is doing the same thing. James on the racing medium still. He's doing the same thing. He's just looking after the tyres, you know. And managing that fuel. She's got quite a way in, 10 laps in. He could go maybe another 2 or 3 laps there. Or will he opt to pit early to get the jump onto these two? Maybe. No, he thinks better of it. He's staying out. He's like, nah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to pit when you pit. We're going to have this race to the end of the race. That's how I see things panning out. Maybe I'm wrong. But MLA now, wrong way round. Not ideal. You want to be inside. Surfer Ev. But nice racing room there between both of them. But now I think James Harben will be aware that Aldo is closing up to the rear of James Harben. But now Aldo has gapped his teammate, and MLA got a bit of a penny above his car. So yeah, but the guys further back, Marshall, they're quite a way back now. Dave's got rid of that penalty. So now he can push it, but almost lost the rear end on the exit. Rick there in 11th, still can see Dave. So, you know, this could work out come the end of the race. They could jump a few cars. Just look, they're on the I know Rick's got a pit, Dave's got a pit as well. But if they can look after the tyres, all they'll have to do is refuel, and that's going to close the gap up to the lead runners there. We'll wait and see. Rob in 12th on the racing soft, and sees Trickle still recovering. He's on the racing soft as well, so he is closing that gap to Rob. So yeah, 12th and 13th will come into a battle. Martin's still leading the race, but P1 Valium 0.7 second penalty above his car, and he loves drifting in that car. Every time I go onto him, he's drifting that car around some corner. He's into the pits, racing soft. Might be a second stop. I can't remember what he started on, but maybe he's looking for the jump onto Martin, maybe. Martin's teammate, Torquay there, pitted as well. So that moves Surfer Ev up to 2nd, MLA up to 3rd, Aldo up to 4th. Can anyone catch this gentleman here? 1:48.096. So yeah, he isn't as fast as Surfer Ev behind them. Surfer Ev is actually, at this precise time, the quickest car on track. Still got the fastest lap. So quick recap. Martin first, took it early on in the race. Surfer Ev, few battles. But he's made it through to second with cars pitting as well, so that has helped us. And now he can concentrate and try and pull a gap to MLA behind, who's in third, who has battled as well. Aldo had a few offs by Cummins together, etc, etc. Now he's looking down the inside of MLA. MLA a little bit slow. Tyre wear probably not helping MLA. No, I don't think it is. So Aldo now up to third, and they're side by side now. Who will come out on top here? Remember the Ferrari. It's a quick car top end, but with that tyre wear on the Ferrari, it won't be so good in mid corners. Yep, he's taken third. Aldo probably taking his time. Marshall, great result from Marshall so far. Currently sitting in fifth position. And again, cars pitting. He's going to pit again, but if he can just manage that gap, because yeah, Dave's going to pit, Valium's going to the end. So Valium's going to the end. He may pick off a few cars. He may get back up to third. Possibly second, we'll wait and see. But yeah, these two battling it out. Aldo and MLA going into the pits now, side by side. Yep, here we go. It's a battle for that podium now between these two. Surfer Ev carries on. Martin carries on. Where is Dave? Dave is there. P1 Valium in seventh. So yeah, Dave's got the jump onto P1 Valium, but Dave's going to have to pit again, and that's going to hamper his podium chances. But will it? We never know. One major off can ruin it for a driver, you know. P1 Valium up to fourth. Rick up to fifth. Chalky up to sixth. James Harben coming through in seventh. Where are these cars coming out now? Martin still in the lead of the race. Surfer's going to pit at the end of this lap. Dave, he's in third, and he's got a bit of a gap now to P1 Valium. But I say again, you know, he's going to lose out when he pits, because Valium's got the more fuel, fresher tyres on the racing medium. And I swear Dave was on the he's pitted once already, hasn't he? I can't remember. I swear he's on the racing medium. See, things don't stay in my mind for too long. They disperse out my mind. They're like, no doubt, we're getting out of your head now. So yeah, Valium in fourth, Rick in fifth. 23 minutes in, around about 16 minutes to go. Chalky in sixth. James Harben in seventh. Aldo in eighth. Tricky Tree in ninth. Leaders pitting. Martin is pitted. Rob in 10th. C Trickle in 11th. MLA in 12th. Marshall to the rear, pitted for the fuel in 13th position. But Martin now pitted. He's got a bit of a gap. Surfer pitted now. Dave, yeah, he's got a hefty margin there with these cars pitted. He's there. Just wait for him to come out. Dave's coming around now. Dave's gonna pit now anyway. Yeah, it's quite comfy heading towards the win of this race. Yeah, he's got a massive lead there. But Dave has it pitted. But he's gonna lose it anyway when he does pit. Martin there, he's got Surfer Ev out in fourth. Valium's got the jump over Surfer Ev. So now can Surfer Ev close that gap to P1 Valium? We're in for a battle here, I think. P1 Valium racing medium compared to the racing medium. Equal tyre. Aston Martin better top end maybe. Valium in NSX. We'll wait and see. This is going to be a battle between these two. Chalky isn't too far away either, so don't count out Chalky. But Chalky is on the faster tyre than these two. He's on the racing soft. James Harben on the racing soft as well. James Harben, keep his head down. Keep concentrated. He'll be catching Chalky, Surfer and Valium, along with Aldo as well. Aldo in the M3 still got his teammate behind, so the B&W teammates now going to the end of the race. Rob gonna pit. He's gonna lose a few positions. MLA racing medium. Marshall racing soft. Can Marshall get the jump onto MLA? In car and Marshall now. MLA on the racing medium will be around about a second and a half slower compared to Marshall on the racing soft. Rick on the racing soft, he's quite far behind. Yeah, he's having a lonely race, shall we say, alongside C Trickle as well. C Trickle 13th, But remember, you know, all points matter. All points matter in the feature. You get points up to 15th, 16th place, I think. But yeah, you want the maximum points. And so far, this gentleman here, Martin, on lap number 15, 148.096, 25 points for him so far. Valium being closed massively by Surfer F. Surfer F in the Aston Martin sees that NSX, goes by the NSX. No, he doesn't, because Valium breaks a little bit later, but Chalky's in the mix as well. Surfer F exiting the first chicane. The NSX still in front, but look at that Hyundai behind and that Lamborghini. But Surfer F is going around the long way, around the outside, which will be the inside for the second chicane. And looks like Surfer Ev has got that move done, but P1 Valium is coming back at him, maybe on the exit, the chicane. Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2, oh, Surfer Ev ran a bit deep, and now P1 Valium back at the inside, and now Chalky's getting into the mix. Chalky's like, hello boys, don't forget me, and he's there, you know. He can get up to second position. Can he make it 1 and 2 for Team Hyundai? It looks like it. Oh, Valium! Bloody hell! He's on it. He's trying to keep that second place all the while, keeping his two cars behind. And now DMK Chalk is like, hello, hello Surfer, hello Valium. And can he get the two of them? Maybe. No, Chalky's still there. Look who's coming as well. James Harburn. Oh no! What happened there? Oh, what happened there? Oh, he kicked that grass on the outside. The rear tyre got onto that grass and it spun the rear end out. How unfortunate was that? That was unlucky. And there's his teammate going on by. What a battle that was. Phenomenal racing. Phenomenal racing. Fair play, League 2. You do give some good racing, mate. So now Surfer F has been released, but he hasn't been released from this gentleman here. DMK Chalky in third place, just about to get second place, and it will be Team Hyundai 1 and 2. But here we go, Surfer F being clever, keeping it to the inside to the first chicane. Oh, nicely done there from Surfer F. But James Harburn on the brakes closes up, and James Harburn's got the fastest lap at 147.773, lap number 14. I need to look through the grid because the action is here. The action is here right about now. The action is here for this final podium spot. James Harburn, can he get that position off of DMK Chalky? God, what brilliant racing. I'm being loud. Probably people thinking shut up, but no. When it's good racing, I don't care. I don't care. Leave me alone. Out of there in 5th. Tricky in 6th. Marshall in 7th. P1 Valium after that moment clipped the grass. And he lost it. And he's down to 8th. MLA in 9th. And then we got Dave in 10th. Wow. Breathe down, breathe. Dave in 10th, drifting that car, loving the drift on that car. He's like, yeah, look at me. Look at me, Darren, you baldy. And yeah, he's loving it in that Lambo. Rick, probably not having fun in that Ferrari. But yeah, he does sometimes struggle in this car, but he sticks at it, you know. Sticks at it. Robin 12th, as I see that, as I go on to him, he's in the gravel, just exiting the gravel. And then we got Steve Trickle in 13th position, closing up to the rear of Rob in 12th. That's your current places so far. 10 minutes to go in the feature race around Monza. League 2, Infinity GT Manufacturers Series, Sparkle Sheffield. We are driven. It's okay not to be okay. Mental health awareness, again, it's a big thing. Suffering a bit myself as well at the minute, but yeah, I'm doing okay. Now, Surfer James Harburn. So see, I'm liking what Chalky's doing. I'm liking what he's doing, right? So yeah, he hasn't got the position over these two, but I think what he's doing, he's waiting for that perfect opportunity, maybe for the last couple of laps, then he can push it, because he knows where these two are going wrong. They're picking up penalties above their car, and they've got to get rid within 2 laps. by them having that penalty means them slowing up as well. And James in the Lambo drifting like that is going to wear the tyres out even more. Aldo isn't too far behind either. So again, we could have that 4-car battle for the podium spot, second and third. First is done and dusted, I think. Martin's got a big lead, and now Aldo, he's just waiting as well, maybe. But I think this gentleman here, Chalky, I think he will be waiting for that opportunity to go on through. But now they both got rid of their penalties. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened, because James Harbour on a racing soft. Chalky's tyres are better than James. Surfer Ev racing medium. But what's helping Surfer Ev is the top end of that Aston Martin. And when it hits the straights, it's pulling it away. When it's in mid-corner racing medium, it's slowing it up. You know, and Martin, he's in a land of his, he's in Spain at the minute. He's in Spain at the minute, Martin. But yeah, he's got a 12-second lead, comfy lead. If he can manage that with 8 minutes to go, he's cushy, you know, he's loving it. He's loving it. Surfer Ev now got the attention of James Harbour. James Harbour pulls to the outside. But again, Surfer Ev keeps it to the inside to the first chicane. DMK Chalky's still there. Again, James gives him racing room. Chalky closes up. Oh no! Chalky, that's a very unlucky indeed. On the exit, bit too much power on exit, and that's lost in that fourth, because Aldo now will be coming on through, and he is through to that fourth position now. Can Aldo close up to the rear of James Harbour and Surfer Ev? I was looking for big things here from Chalky, you know, just waiting for that opportunity to get maybe up to second or third. I was rooting for you, my man, but unfortunately, I think it's done now. Chucky Tree in 6th, so he's having a quiet race now, but you can see Chalky up ahead. Marshall having a good outing so far in 7th. P1 Valium just behind Marshall there. Marshall in 7th in the Nissan GTR. Again, better top end on this Nissan GTR. P1 Valium 1.8. MLA in 9th. He was right up there at the beginning, so the Ferraris are struggling later on in the race. And Dave loving the drifting moment in 10th position, with Rick in 11th, Citric in 12th, and we got Rob in 13th position. Oh, and he loses it. Oh, Rob. See, when it gets like this, when you start losing it, you know, you get annoyed, you get frustrated. I'm hoping he doesn't. He's sticking at it, I think. Yeah, points will matter, but when incidents happen, you lose it yourself. You get so frustrated, it's annoying. And when it keeps happening, you just get more and more frustrated. You want to click that exit button, but you're thinking in your head again. You're thinking like, hang on a minute, these are points which I wouldn't have if I quit. So, you know, fair play. You know, he's sticking with it. But now Surfer Ev and James Harbour battling it out. Surfer Ev in the Aston Martin. James in the Lamborghini. In 3rd position. Would that be a penalty? Oh, I thought so. I thought so. That would be a penalty. It's like minimal around Monza, and it's annoying. You're doing a minimal thing, like you're a little bit inside the curb, and you're like, game let me off, but no, it gives you that half a second penalty. Oh, Aldo almost lost it in the background. Martin there, still leading this race. Looks like he's going to win this race. He's taking it nice and easy. Come down 2 seconds between him and James Harbour. Ideally now, we've got like 5 minutes to go. You're looking at, what, 2 seconds a lap. Ain't gonna be down. You can close it down to like 6 or 5, but you ain't gonna catch 10. But I think, I know they're not teammates, but ideally you should have worked together and closed that gap up to DMK Martin. But I think earlier on in the race he got that first position and he just extended the gap, and he's just sitting there, you know, it's nice and comfy for him. But these two here battling it out now. James Harbour in the slipstream of Surfer Ev, and as I say again, the Aston Martin has got really good top end, but with the Lambo in the slipstream, it's again looking around the outside, which will technically be the inside when they get into the chicane. But no, James doesn't go for the move. We're on to the final couple of laps now, ladies and gentlemen. TRG Aldo in 4th position, with DMK Chalky in 5th, Tricky Tree in 6th, Marshall in 7th, M&A in 8th, Dave in 9th now. P1 Valium, not enjoying this race now. He was up there like 2nd position. Had that bit of a moment, hit the grass, spun the rear of the car out, but I think from then he's like had enough, and he's a bit fed up. As I said previously, you have one off, you get frustrated. He's actually ghosting right about now. So yeah, he's had enough. He's not happy. So now Rob in 13th. So the 2 NSXs, 12th and 13th. By the front we go, because James Harbin has got that move done over Surfer Ev. Let's have a look at this. James Harbin, Surfer Ev on the exit of the 2nd chicane. It looks like James Harbin, he hasn't got the move done yet, and they're still side by side. James Harbin's probably got the move, let's move too. He does indeed. So James Harbin now up to 2nd, Surfer Ev in 3rd. Can he keep it there ahead of Aldo? I think he will, because Aldo's got the attention of DMK Chalky there in 5th. So yeah, these two will battle probably towards the end of the race. But Surfer Ev is he's still not giving up. Surfer Ev, he still wants that 2nd, but I think it's done. Racing medium to racing soft is a big difference. You lose like a 2.5 on the racing medium. But as I say that, with the Aston Martin in the slipstream, it will keep closing that gap, and as you see there, the gap has closed again. DMK Martin still leading the race. About 3 minutes ago. James Harbin in 2nd, Surfer Ev in 3rd. So a little bit of a gap appearing now. So James has scored good points towards the end of the race. Aldo and Chalky there battling out. Chalky in the slipstream of Aldo. Will he go for the move? He will go for the move. No, he doesn't go for the move. Backs out of it. But up the front we go. We've got James Harbin and Surfer Ev battling out for that 2nd. Surfer Ev is not giving up. Lado. So Surfer Ev in the slipstream still with James. Sorry, Martin. You haven't had a lot of attention in this video. You did at the beginning, but you just pulled that gap. I'm just focusing on battles this time being. And I will, on the last lap, halfway through, I will focus on you anyway. So James Harbin, he wants me now. Go away, email. So James Harbin and Surfer Ev still banning it out. Right, quick rundown. Martin, still in 1st place. Surfer Ev, a little bit of a moment there. So that's basically helped James Harbin to keep that 2nd, secure that 2nd. Surfer Ev, hopefully for 3rd place, be comfortable. Aldo in 4th, Chalky in 5th, with Tricky Tree in 6th, with Marshall in 7th, Dave in 8th, so he's gained 2 positions, was in 10th, now up to 8th, MLA in 9th, Rick in 10th, C-Tricker in 11th, B1 Valium in 12th, and then we got Rob in 13th position. Good race, League 2, you know, as I said previously, me and Nate missed the race. Wish I was here. Just to keep the points, you know, but I wasn't. Looks like this gentleman here is going to get maximum points. And yeah, James Harbin's gap now. Surfer Ev on his own. Aldo on the last lap now. What can he do? Probably not a lot, but we'll wait and see. And yeah, fair play, fair play. Like, comment, subscribe on the video if you wish. Feedback would be helpful as well. But yeah, Martin. Yeah, he likes that Hyundai GR3. Fair play to him. Few more rounds to go in the Infinity Series, Season 6. Further down we go. James Harbin and Saki. Yeah, he's comfy now. But Aldo hasn't. I don't think Aldo's given up that fight for that final podium, to be honest with you. So the gap between these two is just over half a second. But it looks like, yeah, I think Aldo got that chicane a little bit wrong, and that's gifted Surfer Ev that P3. Aldo would have liked that P3. Still could be doable if they make an error. He could still do it, you know. Chalky, Tricky Marshall. Let's go up to Martin now. Martin, good race from him. You know, likes Monza by the looks of it. Second penalty. He's got enough for a gap over James. 10.5. Yeah, he's got enough for gap. So yeah, Martin now coming around. The final right-hander for the last time. But yeah, fair play to him. Maximum points for him around Monza. League 2, Infinity GT Manufacturer Series. Fair play. Well done, Martin. Winner of Monza. James Harben. Slow start. Got there in the end. In second. So well done to James Harben. P2. Surfer Ev. Good race of Surfer Ev. P3. Aldo P4. Just missed out on the final podium. Chalky. Really good race of Chalky in 5th. Tricky Tree as well in 6th. Marshall. Oh, just lost that 7th from Dave. Very unfortunate indeed. But Dave will cross the line now in 7th. Marshall in 8th. M&A coming across the line in 9th. Well done. Rick now in 10th. Rick in 10th. C Trickle will finish off in 11th. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out more replays soon. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good Thursday evening. I will. Bye bye.